Hello and welcome to another episode of today's GK. I am Pooja Divedi, and in this segment we bring to you objective questions on a daily basis to help you crack prelims. So let's begin with the practice question of the last segment. Which of the following countries is the largest source of foreign direct investment in India? And many of you have answered it correctly in the comment segment. The correct answer to this question is option D, that is Singapore. Recently, the US replaced Mauritius as the second largest source of foreign direct investments into India. And this is during 2020 to 21. With inflows of US dollars 13.82 billion, Singapore remained the top source of FDI into the country for the third consecutive fiscal year at $17.41 billion. Moving ahead, Pobitora Wildlife Sanctuary is situated along which of the following rivers? Pobitora Wildlife Sanctuary is situated along the river Brahmaputra. Moving ahead, Pobitora Wildlife Sanctuary, it's a wildlife sanctuary on the southern bank of Brahmaputra River in Morigao district in Assam. It was declared in 1987 and covers 38.85 square kilometer, providing grassland and wetland habitat for the Indian rhinoceros. The sanctuary holds one of the largest Indian rhinoceros population in Assam. As you can see, this is the river Brahmaputra flowing through Assam, and at the southern bank, we have Pobitora Wildlife Sanctuary. Moving ahead, Section 124A of the IPC 1860 is related to which of the following? It is related to the provision for punishment for sedition. Moving ahead, recently the Supreme Court flagged the indiscriminate use of the sedition law against critics, journalists, social media users, activists, and citizens for airing their grievances about the government's COVID-19 management. Section 124A of the IPC lays down the punishment for sedition. It's pretty archaic and it needs to be repealed at least. Moving ahead, it says whoever by words, either spoken or written, or by signs or by visible representation or otherwise, brings or attempts to bring into hatred or contempt or excites or attempts to excite disaffection towards the government established by law in India shall be punished with imprisonment for life, to which fine may be added, or with imprisonment which may be extended up to 3 years, to which fine may be added, or with fine. So in a democracy such as India, dissent as put by Supreme Court is a safety valve. And if we do not provide dissent, how will we be able to use our freedom of expression? So that is the entire issue here. Moving ahead, consider the following statements regarding Central Administrative Tribunal. It has been established under Article 323A of the Constitution and it consists of administrative members only. So we have to select the correct statement. The first statement is correct, that it has been established under Article 323A of the Constitution and it consists of administrative as well as judicial members. Second statement is incorrect. The correct answer is option A1 only. The Central Administrative Tribunal recently dismissed the petition by an Arunachal Pradesh doctor who could not become an IPS officer as the medical board found him unfit for shorter height. The tribunal had been established under Article 323A of the Constitution and it is for adjudication of disputes and complaints with respect to recruitment and conditions of services of persons appointed to the public services and posts in connection with the affairs of the union or other authorities under the control of the government. It consists of both administrative members and judicial members who, by virtue of their specialized knowledge, are better equipped to dispense speedy and effective justice. Bhasan Char Island, recently seen in the news, is located in which of the following country? Now I'm going to give you a hint. It is located near the mouth of Meghna. That means it is located near Bangladesh. Moving ahead, recently several thousand Rohingyas staged unruly protests against the living condition on the Bhasan Char Island. Bhasan Char is an island in Hatia Upzila, Bangladesh. It is located in the Bay of Bengal about 6 kilometers from Sandweep Island and 37 miles from the mainland. As you can see, here is Bhasan Char. And the government of Bangladesh planned to construct a total of 1440 buildings, including 120 cyclone shelters. Now, this area is very prone and vulnerable to cyclones. As you can see, it is situated in the Bay of Bengal, and Bay of Bengal has been emerging as a hotbed for cyclones over the years. So that is the issue. To relocate 1 lakh Rohingya refugees from the mainland camps of Cox's Bazar And that is why the entire protest is being staged, because the living conditions are pretty unruly. Moving ahead, consider the following statements regarding carbon nanotubes. They can be used as carriers of drugs in the human body, and they are biodegradable. That means they are safe. So we have to select the correct statement. Both the statements being correct. The correct answer is option C, both 1 and 2. And carbon nanotubes are cylindrical molecules that consist of rolled up sheets of single layer carbon atoms, that is graphene. They can be used as carriers of drugs and antigens in human body. And the main application of CNTs in pharmacy and medicine includes drugs, biomolecule, gene delivery to cells or organs, and tissue regeneration. Also biosensors diagnostics and analysis. Moving ahead, they are biodegradable. Bacteria, fungi, and other multiple types of microbes have the ability to degrade them and their derivatives. And in the future, more species with this ability will be found. Moving ahead, pneumococcal conjugate vaccine is used to treat disease caused by which of the following bacteria? Now, this vaccine is used to treat diseases caused by the bacteria Streptococcus pneumoniae. Pneumococcal conjugate vaccine is a pneumococcal vaccine and conjugate vaccine used to protect infants, young children and adults against the disease that is caused by bacterium Streptococcus pneumoniae. The WHO recommends the use of the conjugate vaccine in routine immunizations given to children. There are 3 types of PCV available with the brand name Prevnar 13, Synflorix and Pneumocil, which was pre-qualified by the WHO in 2020. Moving ahead, which of the following districts are empowered to grant citizenship under the Citizenship Act of 1955 and Citizenship Rules of 2009? So we have covered this in our one of the In News series recently. I hope you'll be able to answer it correctly. The correct answer to this question is option D, 1, 2, 3 and 4. All these districts are empowered to grant citizenship to the minorities belonging from the countries of Afghanistan, Bangladesh and Pakistan. And the correct answer is option D. The Home Ministry recently empowered 13 more district collectors in 5 states, namely Gujarat, Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan, Haryana and Punjab, to grant citizenship certificates to applicants belonging to the 6 minority communities in Pakistan, Bangladesh and Afghanistan. The fresh notifications grant the powers to collectors of Morbi, Rajkot, Patan, Vadodara in Gujarat, Durgan, Baloda Bazar in Chhattisgarh, Jalore, Udaipur, Pali, Barmer and Sirohi in Rajasthan, and Faridabad in Haryana and Jalandhar in Punjab. Moving ahead, these are the areas where the population of such immigrants are concentrated very much. Moving ahead, consider the following statements regarding the Chief Secretary of the State. The Chief Secretary of a State is chosen by the respective Chief Minister, and the terms of the Chief Secretary's office is 5 years or 65 years of age, whichever is earlier. So we have to select the statement which is correct. Yes, the Chief Secretary of a State is chosen by the respective Chief Minister is correct, but the term of the Chief Secretary's office is not mentioned anywhere. So the correct answer would be option A. The central government may initiate disciplinary action against the West Bengal Chief Secretary after he failed to report to the Department of Personnel and Training in New Delhi as ordered earlier. And the Chief Secretary of a State is chosen by the respective Chief Minister. The office of the Chief Secretary has been excluded from the operation of the tenure system, and there is no fixed tenure in his post. Moving ahead, AmbiTag. You have to consider the following statements regarding AmbiTag. AmbiTag is used to record temperatures of its immediate surroundings, and AmbiTag is India's first indigenous temperature data logger. AmbiTag is developed by the IMD, Indian Meteorological Department. We have to select the correct statement. Yes, AmbiTag is used to record the temperature of its immediate surroundings. And AmbiTag is also India's first indigenous made in India temperature data logger, and it is actually formulated by IIT Ropar and not IMD. So the correct answer would be option B, 1 and 2 only. AmbiTag is used to record the temperature of its immediate, very close, near, proximate surroundings. And we have already discussed the second statement. And IIT Ropar in Punjab has developed a first of its kind Internet of Things device, AmbiTag. Let's move on to the next question. Consider the following statements regarding Yuva Scheme. Yuva Scheme is launched by the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports. Yuva is a part of the India at 75 project Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. We have to select the correct statement. Yuva Scheme is launched by Ministry of Education, and Yuva is a part of India at 70. This is correct. Okay. First statement is incorrect and the second statement is correct. The correct answer would be option B. Recently, the Ministry of Education has launched Yuva to mentor young authors is a part of India's 75 project, that is Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Let's move on to the practice question for our next segment. Consider the following statements. Nano Urea liquid is launched by the Indian Farmers Fertilizers Cooperatives Limited, IFCO. And nano urea liquid is a nutrient to provide phosphorus to plants. So we have to select the correct statement. I hope you'll be able to answer it correctly in the comment segment. That's it for today. Tomorrow we shall meet again with another segment. Until then, stay updated, stay safe, and thank you so much for watching.